Which passive skills are dominating Affliction League 3.23 in middle of February 2024? My friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gyro, and today I didn't want to talk about builds. We talk about this enough. I wanted to kind of draw your attention to the data, because data talks, doesn't it? By now we have almost 100,000 characters recorded in PoE.Ninja as one of the resources gathering that real data from every league that gets created. 100,000 is a lot of characters, yeah? And now we have sort of that reliable picture of what builds are dominating, at the very least the ones that are recorded in PoE.Ninja. Of course, that's not the whole community of Path of Exile, but it's a chunky part of it, yeah? And today we're looking at exactly what passives people are taking. One of them is dominating so much, is crushing so much, that it simply kind of gives this win to one of the Wildwood Ascendancies. It pretty much tells us that majority of players in the know, they are picking that Ascendancy. So today we are going to take a look at it and sort of speculate a little bit why people might be choosing it. So we are on PoE.Ninja. As I said, almost 100,000 characters were created by about 15th of February. Yeah, that we are in when this video is being recorded. We have a whole bunch of builds and stuff, but like I said, we are not focusing on this today. We are focusing on the passives, and it is this window, my friends, over here. And the ones that have the most keen eye among you already are seeing that the one keynote passive, this one, is crushing it at 88%, and it is called Might of the Bear. It's followed by a bunch of other popular passives by the look of it, but the gap between the first one and even the second and the third place is so massive, 68%, that we are only going to look at this very first one. And this is just, I'm quickly showing to you the data, because data talks. Personal opinions and all that kind of stuff, that's all great. We need to play for fun, I always say that. But if we look at the data, this tells us something we may or may not know, you and I, because as you just saw on the screen, I am playing currently Arc Witch, the rebooted Arc Witch build, which if you haven't seen yet and you're a beginner, please check that video out, because you will get a lot of interesting stuff out of it. But I am not using this Ascendancy. And the Might of the Bear, my friends, is coming from no other than Wildwood Primalist, which, once again, I am not at the moment. And it is the Might of the Bear. It increases your character size by 5%, and it also gives you extra storage for your inventory. Why do I think that such a vast, crushing majority of players are picking it? Well, reasons could be numerous, and of course the builds vary. Of course, different builds benefit from different things, which partly explains to you why I am playing Warden of the Magi and why I took as the first point in my build for Arc Witch specifically, Wildwood Blessing. Take a look at my video if you're interested in that logic. I don't want to waste your time here, but this is what I chose for a reason. But here we have Might of the Bear. Look, I think personally, first of all, a lot of players, they use this kind of supplementary stuff as utilitarian. And what I mean by that is that they want extra utility, aka, for example, storage space. Well, this gives you a rucksack, which is extra 20 inventory slots. That's massive. That's a lot of extra running around without having to discard items or sell them or whatever. You can keep picking them up. These first 2 points that you can put into the Wildwood Ascendancy are available to you pretty early in the game. You don't have to level to the end game to start benefiting from it. So that is a good choice as well. So a lot of characters may not be yet at the very, very high end. You know what I mean? That's why when, say, PoE.Ninja is capturing that data, it's capturing the data from all characters, not just the ones at the very top. Let's not forget about that, right? So, Might of the Bear, admittedly, is probably, as you level through all the 10 acts and everything, is of great value to characters. So I think that that is what skewers it so much. That's my opinion, but you tell me your opinion in the comments down below. Because I don't think that the whole massive 68% of the difference comes from some very clever choices up the line here, which, as you can see, are obviously flexible. They are reliant on charms. So here is so first of all, we're getting utility from the extra storage space. It's available, secondly, it's available to you straight away in the game. You don't need to level for too long, you don't need to be scraping the end game to start benefiting from it. That's the second benefit. And third, any build, virtually any build or majority of builds that you have, unless they have a very specific need, like say my Arc Witch had, they would benefit from the variety of pluggable in charms. So this is the flexibility over here and utility at the same time. That's why I think, in my humble opinion, that's why a lot of players are picking Wildwood Primalist as their Ascendancy and Might of the Bear as their very first keynote kind of passive, like a big thing. That's in my opinion. But what do you think, my friends? What are you playing? So PoE.Ninja obviously syncs the data only from specifically activated accounts, the ones that are being picked up by this. I don't think that it automatically pulls in information about, say, my character into here. I could be very much mistaken. I'm not an expert on how PoE.Ninja specifically works, but I do think that you need to somehow connect your account to it before it starts picking up that data. Once again, could be completely wrong. But if that's literally all characters created in the league, well, I'm impressed, but I would have expected a little bit more than 100,000 characters in the whole league. I simply cannot believe that Deadeye, Tornado Short, is still dominating so much, 17%, among every other amazing build that was out there in the Affliction League. That is the main reason why I believe that these 100,000 of characters created and reflected in PoE.Ninja, yes, it's a massive amount, and that's why we are paying attention to this, but at the same time, I think it's still a specific subset of players who are favoring Tornado Shot and Deadeye Ascendancy in this particular league. But you let me know what you think, or perhaps you even have some facts that I don't have. That's great, let's share the facts, that's part of the fun. And that's it, my friends. I simply wanted to draw your attention to what Wildwood Ascendancy is winning and crushing others in the 3.23 Affliction League. If this is, again, some of that data-related kind of analysis of what's going on in Path of Exile is your cup of tea, now is your chance to let me know by hitting that like button, because that goes a long way, tells me I'm doing something right. And visit the sponsors of this video, Into the AM and other brands, in the description of this video to get a discount code. And if you would like a nice t-shirt and not look bad while you are playing the game in your mom's basement. And I'll talk to you next time about something else, most likely Path of Exile, but maybe World of Warcraft related as well, because I play both games. Next time, next week. See you later. Goodbye for now.